What was your response to this this little kumbaya and Tom Brady blaming the media?
Yeah, I thought the majority of the kumbaya was kind of nice. It is nice to remember things that did actually happen early in their relationship and how important Bill Belichick was to Tom Brady's development and how much Bill Belichick learned from Tom Brady and the exchanges they had. That stuff should be remembered. That stuff is nice to remember, I'm sure, for Patriots fans. And I want to be specific here. Really was Tom Brady. I didn't hear anything from Bill Belichick about the media. I think people maybe would have expected it to be the other way around, but it was Tom Brady, whitewashing how things sort of ended. For him to point at the media and say, well, they just ran out of nice things to write about, so they tried something different. That's just not how it went.
I mean, we could go chapter and verse on the numerous instances that have been documented in books, articles, and television programs, most prominently, as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, in Tom vs. Time, a 6-part documentary in which Tom detailed how unappreciated he felt. We've looked and seen that Tom Brady in 2018 was asking Robert Kraft to uphold that wish that he asked for. If I ever want to leave, you'll let me leave. Tom Brady actually requested it, according to the book The Dynasty by Jeff Benedict. And then the next day recanted and said, I'll come back. You don't get to that point if everything's great. And what happened in 2019 when Brady expected a contract from Bill that was going to be 2 years, $50 million fully guaranteed, and instead got a 1-year contract that was going to vaporize? Brady was so disconsolate about that he actually began tampering or allowing himself to be tampered with by the Miami Dolphins. All of that is absolutely fine, Trenni, to acknowledge, because it makes us appreciate more that, yeah, this was truly a marriage, and 20 years is a long time, and they had to go through those rocky points to get to the point where they can embrace each other now and have it be authentic.
Yeah, and that's what's crazy to me, Curran, is that I don't think anyone ever blamed Tom Brady for how he was feeling. If anything, the media that he says, concocted this whole entire, irreconcilable differences actually was on Team Brady. We all thought he should have gotten paid. We all understood why he had enough. I guess, you know him better than me. I guess I just don't understand why he would sort of go that route, especially when the rest of that segment, we wouldn't be talking about that at all today. We would be focusing on the part that was great, that these two guys came together on a radio show and they actually sounded normal and human, and the more it went on, the more it just felt like this great conversation between two guys who built a dynasty together.
Yeah, those are the people that we fell in love with as people we observed and people we covered. And I think those are the people that fans loved. And to believe that fans are that adolescent that they can't get themselves around how the whole story went, with including the difficult times, is, to me, you don't have to whitewash it. We're okay. We're grown-ups here, and you guys are grown-ups too.
What was your reaction to the whole Let's Go podcast and Bill making an appearance and the media stuff, the whole hoopla?
The whole hoopla, I think in the totality, it was mostly positive. It was mostly enjoyable to see them kind of rekindle the foundation of the dynasty and the relationship that we all know worked so well for so long because they were on the same page. And, whether it's the rip job and Bill saying he learned that from Bobby Knight in dealing with Michael Jordan on the USA Olympic basketball team. I thought one of the more fascinating things was him recounting how Brady would see things, talking about Tom would come off and be like, oh, the tackle flashed and the D lineman did this and the safety did this. And Bill said, and then you watched it, and it was exactly how he saw it. And it altered the way Bill taught and coached, because he said, this guy sees everything. And then when Tom Brady says, Bill, I can't see that. What you're asking me to do on this, I can't do. And Bill said, well, if he can't see it, then sure as crap, Jimmy Garoppolo, Ryan Mallett, any of these other guys are not going to see it. So much like the way he talked about Randy Moss, Bill changed his coaching style when dealing with a GOAT quarterback. And I thought him retelling that and them kind of coming together, other than the blaming the media, that was all great.
I agree. I think the vast majority of it was very positive, and if they had sort of left the ending alone, I'm not sure we would have even mentioned it, other than maybe to criticize Jim Gray for not asking an obvious question, right? But by going beyond, not just not mentioning it, by going beyond and trying to change how things actually played out, now we're sitting here talking about it in a semi-negative light, when the reality was 90% of the thing was great.